Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Preservation Thursday. Yes, it is Preservation Thursday. Does that give you thoughts of those lost library nights? How about a little hobble skirt bottle there? Hobble skirt Coke bottles, ladies and gentlemen. We have a few. How's everybody today? It is Preservation Thursday. Preservation Thursday coming to you live. Holiday LLC, live at the fabulous Winding Ranch. We just got done feeding this morning. Unbelievable. Check out the videos on that, ladies and gentlemen. Got the critters. They all came to say hi. It's been a while since I've been down there to feed them in the morning. They all came out to say hello. They missed me, I guess. I don't know, man. Somebody that probably doesn't miss me, though, we kind of have an FBI warning. FBI warning is going out. They want property preservation people to be cognizant of the fact sovereign citizens. You remember the sovereign citizens, Dave Edwards, Hope Gamble, and that drop-dead gorgeous little cutie pie. And I know she likes me. She's been looking all over at me, looking up my history and background and references and everything. That little cutie pie, Cassandra Byrne. Hey, Cassie, how are you, cutie? How you been? Yes, the attorneys general. Remember, folks, in property preservation, they were going to help you collect all the money you were owed. All the money you were owed. Hey, guess what? Check the description, ladies and gentlemen. I will have links to all of this information in the description. But let me see here. I believe it's Pennsylvania. Yes, it is. Pennsylvania. Groups claiming to be sovereign citizens under the Attorney General's clause and rules and blah, 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 blah. They've been arrested. They've been sent to prison. What they were doing, though, they're working specifically. They've been working HUD and Wells Fargo foreclosed properties, and they've been going in and throwing a bunch of legal documents on people, documents full of what is called legalese, right? Mumbo jumbo. It sounds official. It sounds good. Steal dozens of foreclosed homes worth millions of dollars. How about the tune of $9 million worth of homes, ladies and gentlemen? $9 million worth of homes. Let me see, what were the name of it? But the FBI is involved. Who else is involved in this? HUD, Wells Fargo, FDIC, the FHA or FHFA, right? HUD, FBI, all local authorities are all involved in this. The FBI Special Investigator Walter, I hope I say your name right, sir, Spack, guessing is how that is said, Mr. Spack. When they get arrested, they don't believe they have committed a crime, and they believe they have the right to retaliate. And they fall into that extremist category, ladies and gentlemen. Take it for what it's worth. I have nothing to do. 70 properties worth more than $9 million belonged to U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, Wells Fargo Bank. Rent-to-own opportunities on Craigslist. So that's the warning, rent-to-own opportunities. That's what they do. They go back in, they rent you these homes to own. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, of course, the Federal Housing Finance Agency, FHFA, and, of course, county and local departments. Now, I don't know. I know Nevada has a lot of Wells Fargo HUD mortgages in it, so keep an eye out. I don't know. I don't know what to say, but I would keep an eye out and just be on your toes. If you go to a property, be cordial, be respectful. Hey, if there's somebody living there, hey, you know what? The bank sent me to lock this house up in. I guess I got to tell them you live here, huh? That's what I always said, Hey, I hate to tell you this, man, but the bank sent me to change locks on your house. I got to go tell them. I can't do it because you live here. So I'm going to go tell them you're still living here, man. So don't worry about a thing. Everything will be okay. Tell the bank to call police on the bank or whatever. But I'm going to go. I just didn't want you to think strangers were walking around your house, your yard, whatever. I've actually walked in a house and found somebody hiding in the laundry room. Hiding in the laundry room. They were terrified. They didn't understand what was going on. Had no clue. I had to sit down with them and explain to them. They didn't speak English very well. So it was obvious nobody had ever talked to this person from the bank or anything. They were renting a home. They thought they were going to be deported. That's what was going on. So there are scams out there. And if you're in property preservation, if you're a boots on the ground contractor, it happens. It happens. Hey, you know who this is brought to you by, don't you? Yeah, that little cutie pie in Richmond, Virginia. That's Kim Savage. Kim Savage, Women at Work, 804-539-4333. Guess what? She can handle all your property maintenance needs. All of them. Doesn't matter what they are. She get it handled. She'll get it taken care of. Good company and landscape maintenance. All that kind of stuff. She got it all going on. And she's even hiring somebody so she can come escort me to the prom. So I can, take her out in that little pink poodle skirt and them saddle shoes she's been talking about. Foreclosurepedia.org, ladies and gentlemen. Up to the minute fraud reporting. Up to the minute fraud reporting in the property preservation industry. Foreclosurepedia.org. Hey, a message. This is to Chloe Juliet Gray. CWIS, they can't apply for an extension. That's poppycock. Poppycock. CWIS is out of the picture. They're thieves. They're criminals. They're criminals. They're beating people out of money. They're cheating. They're cheating people. And if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. Like I've said before, it wouldn't be the first time I've spun the plate and stuck it on a stick. I could be wrong. But I don't believe CWIS was afforded the opportunity to bid because there's legal actions against them right now. So whoever's telling you that, Chloe Juliet Gray, you tell them, poppycock, it's bogus. That's a BS story right there. They can't do it. Speaking of HUD and those contracts, Georgia, part of the 7A, I believe they are, Georgia was awarded to Alpine companies out of Utah. I have a question, HUD. You couldn't find a small business in Georgia to handle Georgia's workload. Hello? Why do you got to go all the way to Utah? The Alpine companies, you can't work something out with your state? This is why there's problems in this industry. That has to stop. If we're going to do awards, we're going to get small business involved. Let's get the people in Georgia involved for Georgia. Let's get the people in Nevada involved for Nevada. That is how you rebuild the communities. Mr. Trump, hello. Maybe this is something you can have that Mnuchin guy take a peek at. He's the money guy for you, right? Have him take a peek at. Doesn't that make sense? You want to talk about employing people. Let's bring all this work back home in this dirty little secret of the banking industry called property preservation. Let's bring it home. Bring it home. There's absolutely no reason a company in Utah. But, congratulations, Alpine Companies, on the contract. It's a good deal for you. But, think about what I'm saying. Just think about it. Think about it. We got madness going on in the property preservation industry. Madness with theft, corruption, people cheating each other. Why not bring it home? That way, if the contractor doesn't get paid, he can go to the office and say, okay, what did I do wrong? That way, the person at the office has a working relationship with that person. There's interaction between the people involved. It makes for a better product. It really does. It makes for a better product. That's why Made in USA sold everything around the world. Where's the thing? You see that? Made in USA. Hey, that tape cost 50 cents when it came out. It's worth $8 today. Made in USA. Tell me something from China that was made 50 years ago that's still around. Maybe a fan that was taken care of. Maybe something that was, but no. That was my father's tape measure. Give me a break. Give me a break. Made in USA. Not only that, but Alpine on the backside may have some protests. They got some kind of tie going on with First Preston and Cooper Copper. I'm not sure what it is, but it may be they do not fall under the small business description. I don't know. But, I mean, think about that for just a minute. Mr. Miller, Mr. Mingham, Craig Carnes, Mr. Carnes. Come on, think about that. Why is there not a company? Why isn't HUD working? Maybe I need to give Mr. Carson on Mr. Carson. We're going to have to send this to Ben Carson and ask him to look at this and see if that doesn't make sense. See if that doesn't make sense. I'm telling you right now, you're going to get a better product. The realtors will have a better product to sell. The buyers are going to get a better product because everybody knows each other. And you know what? There is just something about doing your best when people can actually see who the hell you are. It really, I mean, think about it. Just the work's got to come home. It needs to be developed back home. And guess what? When you bring all this back home and you start developing it, you're going to put people to work, not a company in Utah putting people to work in Georgia. Because if it's done right, the company, what that company is doing in Utah can be done with 4 or 5, maybe 2 or 3 people, maybe 1. I don't know. They're not doing the work. They're just moving invoices. One person. These devices make business really kind of anywhere you want to go with your business. But the reality is, labor has been ruled by the courts. By the courts, labor has been ruled employees. So my question to HUD becomes this. Why are you not looking at a company in Georgia to supervise Georgia and all the companies working in Georgia on HUD properties? Even if you're putting someone to work 2 days a week in a remote Georgia location, 2 days a month, it's more than they're working now. It's not rocket, man, to me it's not rocket science. Foreclosurepedia is recruiting Maine, I believe it is Maine, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. Up in the Northeast, the New England area, looking for general contractors, handymen with the proper licensing for the work you do in your area. Get a hold of foreclosurepedia.org, foreclosurepedia.org. Of course, IFAST, International Association Field Service Technicians. We haven't heard from them. Lots of commentary on last week's edition. And I thank everybody for all the positive comments. What I would like to see is a thread started with ideas being exchanged. And I think with ideas being exchanged, are we putting something in writing? Yes. Do we need to be careful with what we say? Yes. But does everybody need to acknowledge one thing? Their ideas, their thoughts, they're getting a conversation started. I honestly believe if you bring the work home, like this issue with Georgia and the company, and this isn't saying the people at Alpine, Alpine companies are bad people or anything. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, it makes no sense to have a company in Utah doing something in Georgia on that level. That position right there needs to be in Georgia. Alpine companies, they need to deal with Utah. That interaction, because now I go to the office, now because the courts have ruled labor is an employee, now HUD can say, okay, look, you guys are employees, you got to come to a training session and not be on the hook for anything. Now people start getting paid properly. Now things start getting done correctly. I'm available in the Reno area for a supervisor. I mean, I can't do the physical stuff no more, folks, but I can help. I can help. So think about this when you're starting to hire, when you're starting to do something here. How is the Alpine company in Utah going to supervise the work? How are they going to QC the work? They're the ones that have made a contractual commitment to the money. They are the ones that have a contractual commitment to the money. They need to be QCing the work. They can't be economically efficient QCing the work from Utah. There's about 3,000 miles between the office and the work. Little tough to QC on a budget. Just food for thought. Just food for thought. I don't know. Look, it ain't the first time I've spun a plate, okay? I mean, I could be wrong, but I just think this is worthy of conversation that's not being had by anybody, and especially the powers to be in the property preservation industry. Mr. Miller, and I say Mr. Mingham too because he is a nationwide deal and he's not affiliated with NAMFS. He's kind of independent out there and doing stuff on a national level. I do hear scuttlebutt now and then, but nobody has, like I said, you're going to come at me and try to accuse somebody of taking your money or beating you out of money, you need your ducks in a row. I'm not an attorney, but before you get to an attorney, you got to get the ducks in a row. Come on. Now, that said, and Mr. Newman, International Association Field Service Technicians, I'm going to tag you guys when I post this. Make a comment. There has to be thoughts how to stop what's going on and how. May 22nd, this is what FAS is going to instruct their attorneys to do. It's a penalty phase. I guarantee you, if this phrase has not come out in conversations, somebody needs to be slapped. Minimize the damages. There has to be a way to get everybody to the table right now and minimize the damages because the dominoes are starting to fall. The dominoes are starting to fall. And there's going to be, and this is my humble opinion, powers to be in the property preservation, we can start talking. Everybody can start talking and figure it out, because if that doesn't happen, regulation is going to happen. And federal agencies will be doing the regulation. And as that develops, someone is going to get spanked and probably end up in a jail cell somewhere. Somebody will get hurt in that regard. The opportunity to clean it up and make amends and restructure the industry is there, instead of trying to screw labor at every turn. That's what's going on right now by a vast majority of companies in the industry. They're taking advantage of labor, not understanding business procedures, not understanding business philosophies, and again, the recruiting process. I have yet to talk to one property preservation contractor that was ever signed on with a business license or was recruited out of a business opportunity section of any kind of advertisement or internet marketing or anything like that. Everybody has always told me that they were found in general labor. They were offering their landscaping services or window cleaning services, or they were offering their janitorial services to other people. And they were recruited that way, but they were never recruited under the auspice, we need a company to come in and do this. That's how we were kind of recruited when we came on board. We were a legitimate business. We already had our insurance in place. We already had licensing. We were a business, a viable entity, as they call it. So, what are your suggestions? There has to be suggestions. You can put them at the bottom of the video even. We can start talking there. The GMO folks do. Boy, GMO Tuesday, go see some of that stuff. Go see some. You want to talk about lively discussion? Oh boy, howdy. There's no reason it cannot be spirited and not be disrespectful. And that is the goal here, to get people talking. If you like what you hear, folks, hit the thumbs up. If you can donate, follow the links. Let's have a great day. Let's all be safe out there.